A lot of people, black, white, Mexican, young or old, fat or skinny, have a problem being true to themselves. They have a problem looking in the mirror and looking directly into their own souls. Around the reason I am who I am today is because I can look directly into my face and find my soul.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy AyeQ back with another reaction video. And before we jump into the video, let me just say thanks to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the platform. Look, in life, you gotta set goals. And the goal for this platform is to get to 20,000 subscribers by December. So if you guys rock with the content, please take the time out right now and show some love and like and subscribe. Do so for your boy right now. Alright, so this video was sent to me from one of my loyal supporters. I did a breakdown on this guy and his Pop the Balloon match from the catch-up. And pretty much this guy wasn't really interested in the chick that he matched with. So he didn't know how to turn her down. He didn't know how to tell her, yo, I'm not interested. So what he did was pretty much ignore her and thought she will probably get the hint, which is pretty typical these days in 2025. It's like if you meet a person and y'all exchange numbers, if you text them and they don't respond, you already know that they're not interested because they didn't respond. So for some reason, his date didn't get the hint. Well, his match. So now the host of the Pop the Balloon show, husband, is now checking him for turning her down. Let's jump right into the video.
Okay. Now, my next question to you is, have you ever ghosted someone before?
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not even gonna. I would say I'm not saying that it's right, but I would say it's not like the most uncommon thing in, I guess, like dating nowadays. And I'm not condoning it at all, but I really wouldn't consider what happened with me and her like ghosting. Like I've had like, back and forths with somebody and we're talking and, I'm interested in her, and then it kind of just fizzles out. And maybe you could qualify that as ghosting. And that's what I'm referring to when I say yes. Because there's never been like a situation where like things are going well and then I just immediately just don't say anything ever to the person again. Because I know people were getting on me kind of about the time it took me to respond. Even though I responded, like I don't consider that like full-fledged ghosting. I feel like everyone's kind of throwing that term around. But it's up to interpretation, I guess.
Yeah, their situation was definitely not ghosting because this is a chick that he met on Pop the Balloon show. Then the next day, they went on a coffee date. Then she drove back to wherever she's from, and the most they did was exchange numbers. But you all already know, on that little date, he probably just wasn't really interested. He's probably like, nah, she's not my type, like her energy. So in 2025, like I said, if you exchange numbers with a person and they text you, no, or you text them and they don't respond, you already know what time it is. But when a woman is delusional, she's gonna play dumb. Trust.
Okay, so let's go back to the time that you took to
Mhm.
respond, because she said that you didn't speak to her for 3 days.
Right. So
So
we were talking. So we had our coffee date and everything. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we were talking back and forth, a couple voice messages throughout the day, and then and even then, like there's still time in between those messages, just because I'm typically doing something. Just between I have 3 jobs, and then I was also dealing with my rental car business. So I mean, I stayed pretty busy. But so on Thursday, on my way to work, I sent her a voice message letting her know that, hey, this is my time of week where I get really busy. And if there was ever a time where I get irresponsive, that this is that time right now. So I let her know that on Thursday on my way to work. And I think she responded like, like, okay. And then I didn't get back to her the rest of Thursday or Friday. And then on Saturday, she sent me a text asking me, was everything okay? To which I immediately responded because I don't want her to be like worried or anything. And I immediately responded to that. So at that point, I still didn't ghost her. I was just immediately responding. And then I didn't get back to her that this is that time right now. So I let her know that on Thursday on my way to work. And I think she responded like, like, okay. And then I didn't get back to her the rest of Thursday or Friday. And then on Saturday, she sent me a text asking me, was everything okay? To which I immediately responded because I don't want her to be like worried or anything. And I immediately responded to that. So at that point, I still didn't ghost her. I was just not responding to her in like a timely manner.
Okay. Okay. All right. So when she reached out to you, right, you then took another 7 days.
So this, like, mind you, like in that original catch up, I approached that catch up pretty light. Like I didn't go over anything in my head. I didn't prepare for that at all.
Mhm.
So she was kind of coming with like she took a minute to prepare, like knowing like what all the points that she wanted to hit. While I just thought it was going to be a pretty like friendly conversation.
Premeditated, bro. Premeditated, man. He got marked out. And he's getting marked out right now.
So mind you, I wasn't like prepared to go into like every single detail, kind of the way that she did.
Right.
But
So this is your chance. This is your chance. So
yeah,
you
for
can-
sure. And that's why I'm like taking the time.
Yeah.
So Saturday, she sent me that text and I immediately responded, which she kind of got mad about, like at least in the catch up. She was like, he immediately responded. But I'm like, yeah, because you seemed concerned and I wanted to make sure you didn't think I died or anything. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I just been busy. I'll respond tomorrow when I'm like settled because I work from home on Sundays. So it's like I have time. Like I can make some time to respond to you. And even then, like I'm still working. And that doesn't mean I want to take time away from whatever I'm doing to respond to a message. And then mind you, we're sending voice messages. So these messages can get pretty long. You're talking about like 2, 3, 4 minutes of just yapping. And I can like talk. So like if I'm gonna make a voice message, I need to carve out like up to 10 minutes just to like talk about things. So I was like, I'll respond tomorrow. And then I didn't respond Sunday. I ended up responding on Monday.
Okay.
And then on Monday, I sent her a message basically responding to her messages from like Wednesday, I guess, because on Thursday, maybe I didn't really respond to them, or maybe I did. I can't remember that exactly. So I responded to all the things she said before. And then I talked about all the things that had been happening between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I send her that message and she responds to that without a voice message. All she responded to like minutes of me talking was, yeah, I was starting to feel some type of way. And then she said, I thought it was either something or somebody. It's like why I wasn't responding. And I looked at that and I was like,
This it's crazy. That's the first thing I'll think. Nah, you're like, yo, nah, Shorty's nuts. She's a nutcase. Let me leave this chick alone. Let me stop playing with her right now. But see, that's the problem, fellas. If you're not interested, fam, don't even respond. You can't try to be cool with a chick like this. She got mental issues, bro. Obviously. That's trauma. This chick obviously need help. She needs help. Just look at the way she's coming at fam. Because she know dude he's nice. Because the reality is, if it was any other dude, he would have let her know like, yo, stop texting my phone. You tripping. I just met you and you're acting way too extra. Pipe down. That's a turnoff. And a chick like this is used to getting ghosts. That's why she's acting the way she's acting. The signs are always there. This is a chick who needs help. Facts.
so you not gonna respond to like everything that I said? Like I was just talking for quite a while. Like, I get it. You can get your point across and be like, I felt some type of way, but then like at least respond to my messages. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, like, what do you want me to say to that? Like, we're not in a position to where like I told you, how my life works and like kind of how busy I am. So
Mhm.
I'm not here. Like, it's too early for me to be trying to reassure you about anything. Like, we've been talking, like, it's too soon for me to be like, oh no, there's no one else. There's nothing. I've just been busy. Like, I didn't
Mhm.
feel like I was about to do all that. So I just didn't respond to that. And then at that point, I was like, okay. I was like, let me just like, I need to let her know that I don't think this is going to go anywhere. So then like that would have been Monday. So then yeah, a bunch of days went by where I was like, all right, I gotta respond. Oh, I gotta respond. Oh, I gotta respond. Till eventually I did. And then that's when I sent her the message. And then that's the one where
Well, that's
she
good.
she started crying and things like that. And then in that message,
Mental issues right there. Mental issues. That's a woman who's living in delusion, bro. That's trauma. It's like, yo, go heal, baby girl. Go fix yourself. But instead, since he's a nice guy, he's getting attacked for being nice. It's real out here, bro.
still like we had only been talking for such a brief amount of time.
We
Like,
know.
we went on one coffee date, which
We
to me is
know.
like a pre-date. If you really want to consider like a coffee date, we're just really here to get to know each other to see if anything, if we can move forward with anything prior to her leaving, as opposed to like trying to get to know each other completely through messages. Like, let me see what the face to face is like. So I was like, okay, like I had my reasons why I didn't think we would work out, and it took me a while to respond to her. And people, that seems to be the biggest gripe that people have, that it took me so long to respond to her. But realistically, like, I am super busy, and I'm not going to say I never had time to pull out my phone and say something. But realistically, I can kind of do whatever I want to with my time. And if I have the little free time I have, like if I want to just do nothing at all and stare at the wall, like I feel like I have the right to do so.
Bro, you did nothing wrong, bro. The only thing that you did wrong was respond back to her text. The way the chick was acting in the catch up, bro, people thought they smashed. Everybody thought, nah, he had to hit that. She crying and shit. But she's obviously a chick with mental issues, bro. And because he's a nice guy, they are taking advantage of this man. And it's just sad, bro. This man met this chick after the show, went on a coffee date with the chick. Then the chick left and went to her city. And now she's acting crazy. Unbelievable.
Not to mention, we have been talking for 4 days total. You can, if you want to count the full duration of like before, like I said, this isn't going to work out. You can, and even then, it's still like a week and a half. But it was literally like 4 full days of talking. So still, at that point, it's not like a priority to me to be like, hey, I don't think things are going to work, because things are going to work out.
That's what you get, bro. And this is why I tell you all dudes all the time, you gotta treat a bird like a bird. That bird is used to a certain treatment, bro. That's what she's used to. But then when a woman comes across a guy who's a nice guy, because he's allowing her to display those actions and he's still responding to her text, he's still keeping her around. A chick like that, bro, you gotta let a bird fly high from the jump. As soon as the coffee date was over, it's like good riddance. You know what I'm saying? Good riddance, bro. Don't text her, don't call her, don't be a nice guy. Don't be friendly. You can't be friendly with a bird. Her mind is delusional. She's going to read into that the wrong way. In case y'all don't know that, I'm just keeping it real, especially if she wants you. Fellas, if a woman wants you, bro, or like if a woman think you're attractive, you can't be too friendly to her if you are not interested. She's gonna read into it the wrong way every time. And a woman's brain is a fantasy world. In her brain, he wants me. And whole time you're just being respectful. Like you're just being friendly.
Okay. All right. So, all right. This is what I'm gonna say. Right.
Mhm.
At this stage of your life, you will say that you are a man. You're not a boy no more.
No,
right?
for sure. Yeah,
Well, a man is direct.
for sure.
A man, you see me, I'm direct. I say it how it is. Ghosting someone is what boys do.
It's
You know.
fairly childish for sure.
Right. So this is how I look at it, right? You have to be direct and just be completely truthful with people, especially someone that you are potentially getting to know, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel like,
I mean, he's right. As a man, you gotta be direct. But if he ignores her text, that's him in a sense being direct in 2025. Let's not act like that's not the case. If a person don't respond to your text in 2025, you know what it is, especially a person that you just met. Now, if you and that person smash, that's a different situation. That's a ghosting situation. That's a hit and run. That's a smash and dash, right? But if it's just a chick that you exchange numbers with, bro, by you ignoring her, she know what it is. I do it all the time. It's a normal thing in 2025. It's crazy.
if this was a woman, if a woman ghosted a man,
Yeah.
then I'm pretty sure all of these, some of these men on social media, the men that's part of the social media soldiers group, the
Yeah.
ones that fight for men's rights on the internet, these social
Wow.
media soldiers will come out and they start bashing women. They'll probably start going off and saying, "This is how women are. Women ghost men all the time. You see, we're tired of them." They'll come out.
Bro, it's pretty normal in 2025 for a person to ignore a person text if they are not interested. See, the problem with this man, he got his cape on, right? And let's be real. His wife is the host of the show. The show is making a lot of money. His wife is the breadwinner. So his job is to cater to his wife and defend what she's about. This show is about hosting birds. Right now, he's defending a woman who obviously got mental issues because this man is not interested in her after meeting her for only 4 days, and all they did was exchange numbers. But he's on here defending her when in all reality, as a man, you should tell her, like, yo, get some help. Like, get some real help. But instead, you are attacking the man. Don't put on your cape, bro. It's okay to be a man, even though your wife is the breadwinner, but you can still be a man. You don't have to cape and try to put down men for defending men rights, because if a man don't defend men rights, who will? A woman? This is crazy.
Yeah.
So now, what do you social media soldiers have to say when a man does it?
Right. They're like on the
See,
same type of time. Like it's just
right.
the opposite.
So when a man does it, men, you also need to call out men that also do wrong. Because she said that you was the one that was actually putting in the effort. You was initiating the conversations. You was actually putting in work for her. You were putting in work for her. The first time I called her, and the first time I called you as well, you said hey, it's all good. Like we're talking.
Yeah.
You know, you're saying to me like, yeah, you. So I feel like you're actually the ones that actually putting in the work because you're the one that was planning things. He was the one that was actually making things. You know,
But see,
And this is why, fellas, you should never listen to a woman. This man is obviously listening to these birds, bro. Because putting in work is taking a chick on a date, spending your time and money with her. That's called putting in work. A man's most valuable asset is his time. If he was giving her his time, that's putting in work. But if he's ignoring her, how is that putting in work? Make it make sense.
work.
like to me, I didn't do anything extraordinary. She kind of almost painted a
On.
picture that I was like, she said I was like being intentional and things like that. And I'm not going to say I wasn't being intentional, but realistically, I was like, I should try to see her before she leaves. So we grabbed coffee before she left. And it was like the fact that I checked in on her when she left, like, mind you, you were just with me. And now you just told me you're going to go drive 6 hours to get back home. Even if it was just one of my friends, if I'm like one of the last people you saw, I'm gonna check in on you to make sure you get home. So I wasn't.
That's called manners. This is just a man with manners. But it's why I tell y'all, bro, you can't even be mannerly to a bird. She's gonna take it the wrong way, especially when she's delusional, fam. And this is why this shit looks crazy because this man is supporting delusional women. And he's now putting down men in support of the delusional women. All because of his wife. Fellas, man, stay woke, bro. Stay woke. I'm telling y'all.
Doing anything extraordinary, and I wasn't saying anything that.
But that's the thing. I feel like you don't think that you was. She's thinking that because you are calling her, you are the one that's putting in the effort. She feels like, you know what? This guy cares. And you in your head, I feel like you said, you've ghosted someone before. So you've probably done this before. And nobody has ever came to call you out and tell you that this is wrong.
Wow, nah. Wow, bro. You can't even be vulnerable to some men out here, bro. He used it against him. He asked him earlier, have you ever ghosted a woman before? And now he's trying to use it against him. Wow, that is nasty. That's nasty right there, bro. He taking this shit way too far.
Maybe that's why you feel like you can keep on doing it and you feel like it's okay to keep doing it. Because in your head, you think that this is right. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't want it to sound like that. Like I just
Right, no, but
about
I'm
just
saying to you,
ghosting.
I'm saying to you how it looks like. It looks like you're doing this and not realizing that you are hurting people, and people's feelings are getting hurt. So the females, if you've ghosted females in the past,
Mhm.
Bro, stop it, bro. Like, this man only know this chick for maybe 4 days. He met her only one day on the Pop the Balloon show. The next day, they went on a coffee date. How is he hurting her feelings? He don't even know her last name. This is wild. It's like, come on, bro. Think about who you're really defending here, fam. Really think about this, bro. This man never even laid down with this chick before. This is wild. This is just wow, bro. Unbelievable.
right? You in your head, you're like, oh, but it doesn't even mean anything. I'm just checking in. But that checking in to them might be like, wait, he's actually he's putting in effort to speak to me in such a way that most, other males don't speak.
So don't be manly, right? If your parents raise you with respect and you are a respectable man, don't be respectable to these birds. I mean, I guess he's right. And this is why I tell y'all dudes all the time. You gotta treat a bird like a bird. You got to.
To them.
Yeah,
So
but is the bar so low? Like, is the bar so low to where if I send you a message, and it's not like she would go times without talking to me, and then I like send her another message like, "Hey, are you okay?" We're literally. She made it seem like I was doing so much more, and I can understand it can
okay.
come off as like maybe I don't realize it, but I'm pretty self-aware, and I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary from just going back and forth and talking to somebody.
Brother, you did nothing wrong. We know that. You, my friend, is just content, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're just a nice guy that he's using, his match is using. Bro, you're just a nice guy, bro, but you did nothing wrong. It's not making sense. Okay? This is wild.
Like, I
Okay.
swear to you, I didn't say out like it wasn't like, hey, I'm ready to plan the trip for you to come out here. Hey, I'm ready to plan a trip for me to come to you. When can I see you next? Like there was no talk of like there was no future planning. I didn't lead her on outside of anything than a normal conversation between two people that just met and are getting to know each other. Like,
So
Dog, you did nothing wrong. So what is going on is this, right? Pop the Balloon Show. Here's the thing. Birds attract birds. So I guess the birds had targeted him and made him feel like he did something wrong. Because you're dealing with a bunch of delusional women out here. And they found somebody to make an example out of. He is paying the price for all the real players out there who ghosted these birds. Even though he did nothing wrong. This is a chick that he don't even know her last name. All he did was went on a coffee date with this chick and check in to make sure she made it home safe. That's all he did. But based on the fact that he's not interested in her and she's a bit delusional, he's getting scolded. Crazy.
so why didn't you express that you wasn't into her?
you mean like as soon as I knew it?
Yeah, you ghosted. Like, this is the thing, right?
Mhm.
I'm saying
He did not ghost her, bro. He did not ghost that woman.
and it's direct. If you feel like it's not going anywhere, why didn't you just
Right,
communicate that with her?
right off the bat. And
Yeah.
and then my answer would be it just wasn't a priority for me. I didn't, and then listen to like this
Wait.
part.
What wasn't a priority? So it was not a priority for you to tell someone that you're not into
This
them.
is crazy.
Not after 3 days of talking.
Exactly.
After one coffee date and a couple days of talking,
So
like I
okay,
wasn't.
so Devin, it's not looking good. Because if I ask you, it's not looking good, why did you come on the show?
Oh, I wanted to see. Like I thought the chances were slim that I would find somebody that I could like truly be with, but I thought it was possible, so I thought it was worth a shot.
So the person that you matched with, she was looking for real love. You wasn't, right? So
See,
now that it happened, I don't think you was looking for real love because your mentality wasn't to actually try to make something work with someone. I'm not saying you have to. Listen,
Mhm.
Devin, you don't have to be attracted to someone. You're allowed not to be attracted to someone. That's fine.
For sure, yeah.
It becomes an issue when you're not able to communicate that with somebody. Because over there, she's thinking, yeah, this is all good. Like he's intentional. He's actually.
That's the problem, bro. Why she's thinking that? This man ignored her. He didn't say anything to lead her on. He didn't say, yo, I want to be in a relationship. He didn't say, yo, I see you in my future plans. He did none of that. Therefore, he did nothing wrong, because in 2025, that's a way of telling a person no by ignoring their texts. If you ignore a person, that's your way of telling that person no. And in 2025, most people get the hint. All right. So the fact that she wanted to be delusional and act like it was something more than it was, and she got him defending her, is sad, because he's right now defending a bird. That is scary, bro. That is that is scary. This is scary. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop this right here, man. Look, please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm out. This is what you imagine him getting a hospital interview with Oprah, and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.